Hey, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Hey, what's up Transformers fans, geek gals, and geek guys? Welcome to another episode of Transformers Time Warp. I'm Mike. Thanks for coming back for another episode. This is brought to you courtesy of YouTube user Nicholas Stein. Now, this is Nicholas's third video, so if it seems like I'm just going for Nicholas's requests, it's because he's been one of the only ones to make requests. We did have YouTube user Suprasport request that I show the Fans Toys FT29 Quietus, their version of Cyclonus, alongside the x-transbots sweeps. So I will be doing that soon as well. So Suprasport, hang on tight. So if you've been watching the Transformers Masterpiece and other news, then you might be aware that official Sharkticons and Quintesson toys have come out with the Transformers War for Cybertron Triology Quintesson Pit of Judgement box set. So that was released on HasbroPulse.com back in, was it early November or late October? Something like that. If you were able to get it quick enough, you were able to order it there on Hasbro Pulse. I was not able to get it fast enough, and I actually didn't really want it to begin with, but I think I might want it now. Not sure. However, before Hasbro, Takara Tomy took the Sharkticons seriously this time around in you know, a modern take, we had third-party stuff. So third-party stuff, I wasn't into this to see this stuff new, but I picked it up after the fact. And the main thing that we're going to be looking at is what Nicholas Stein wanted to see, and that is iGear's Shark Leader TF005B. This was a standalone Sharkticon released by iGear originally in 2014. So tying into the Sharkticon, I'm using this episode to show some other characters who had their origins in the 1986 animated movie. Rodimus and Cup were fed to the Sharkticon tank, and iGear also released a set of 3 generic Sharkticons also in 2014. So those were specific to the movie. This Quintesson that I want to show you is from Impossible Toys, and it is called Quint-02. It is the Quintesson Scientist, not featured in the movie, but featured in subsequent cartoon episodes of Transformers G1. So if you've seen other episodes of mine, you might have heard me say that I wasn't originally into the 86 movie toys. I thought they were too big of a departure from the stylings of the G1 characters. They were trying to go for some kind of futuristic, you know, kind of vehicle, kind of rounded robot look, which I really didn't, I really wasn't very keen on. But I have stepped into that world, so here we go. All right, so here we have iGear. As you can see, Legend of the Evil Leader. I don't know what that's referencing really, but let's take a quick spin of the box. Right here on the front, you can see that we've got very near the top there, TF005B, the 4th Shark, Cyber Shark, and the leader of Shark. I don't know why he has so many different names, but maybe they were just looking for stuff to put on the package. So there's the front. And oh, they were celebrating a 5th anniversary there since 2008. Huh, that's cool. Little commemoration there. All right, side of the box. We get to see his alt mode as the Sharkticon. Back of the box, it looks like we've got a little comic book page here. That's kind of cool. Something interesting anyway. May not be the best art, but something interesting. I don't know who this dude is here with the lasso, but we've got a Junkion, and we've got an Alicon. On the other side, we've got the bot mode. Pretty simple print, not too much color. On the top, looks kind of interesting. As you can see, we've got multiple colors here, We've got his weapon, which is also his tail, and his eyeballs and his little horns are all red. So, interesting color scheme. And on the bottom, we've just got this big old barcode with its with the model number on it and the little illustration there. So there you go. That's the box. Okay, so this blew my mind when I saw it online. I thought this iGear stuff was going to be stuff that you couldn't get unless maybe you bought it secondhand. I thought this company was done and gone, but what do I know? So learn from my experience here. I was really surprised to find out that this stuff is still available to buy. As a matter of fact, this very character is available to buy on robotkingdom.com, and it's on pre-order on bigbadtoystore.com. So robotkingdom.com and bigbadtoystore.com. So in the 1986 movie, there was no Sharkticon leader indicated in the film. They were all pretty much just shown to be kind of mindless, ferocious destroyers of other robots. So in the 1986 movie, there was no leader of the Sharkticons indicated. They were all just kind of a mindless group of Sharkticons that did the bidding of the Quintessons. And they just wanted to destroy other bots. They wanted to eat them, destroy them, whatever. So this is either simply a creation of iGear's, or maybe it's based on the G1 toy Gnaw, who also appeared in the Dreamwave comic book and Beast Wars Uprising stories. Gnaw was also released as a 2016 Titans Return Legends class toy. It was redecoed as Transformers Legends Sharktron, and it was reused as the only Sharkticon in the War for Cybertron Trilogy's Quintesson Pit of Judgement box set, which just came out this last October or earlier this month here in November. So the Sharkticons, they're a race of bipedal shark things which are seemingly native to the planet Quintessa, which is also apparently home to the alligator-like Alicons and the various types of Quintessons that exist. So I thought this item from iGear was something that you would only be able to get if you looked hard enough and found a store online, or maybe a specialty store elsewhere or at a convention, that you might find this for sale still. But that it wasn't really out there readily available. However, as of this recording, November 22nd, 2020, this is still available on robotkingdom.com, and it's available for pre-order, of all things, pre-order, on bigbadtoystore.com. So, yeah, learn from my experience and grab yourself one of these guys brand new if you like what you see. So there's no tape here. I don't know if it's ever been opened before or not. He just wants to pop out of there. All right, so we've got a set of instructions here with a collector's card. That's pretty cool. I like it. It feels pretty stiff there. I don't think I'm going to open up the instructions till I need to, but there you go. So here he is. His head's kind of popped back, but there we go. He's kind of small. Not really going to be a good masterpiece stand-in, I don't think. But cool little item. Let me see if I can get him posed. All right, so he does bend at the knee. So you can bend the knees, that's good. He's got not quite a 90-degree knee bend, but it's okay. He's also, his leg also can't swivel here at the hip all the way. So that's about as far as you can go there with the forward motion. He's got, what else does he have? Let's see. He's got a foot rocker. Not bad. And he's got a hip swivel, so that's good. Excuse me, thigh swivel. His arm, he can do a full 360. This little arm of his alt mode gets in the way a little bit, not too bad. Okay, it's got about a 90-degree elbow bend. His hand comes out with this little pin here. There we go. His shoulder pauldrons just kind of swivel there. So his shoulders can swivel down, lower, or they can be higher, as you can see. They're offset there. So just swivel that around and up. There you go. And he's got, 90-degree, almost completely 90-degree stretch out. He can do almost the full Van Damme there. All right. It's a little bit bothersome that his head really seems to be hiding behind these teeth, and these teeth don't really want to go any lower, so he's just kind of got to look through the teeth, unless you're going to look down at him. So that's kind of a bummer. No great clearance to his face. Backside of him, let's take a look at that. Legs are hollow, so that doesn't look great. Those eyes look pretty cool. The accents on this look pretty good. I mean, the gold paint apps are nicely done. Clean here on the face. The red eyes are really nice and shiny and somewhat clear, so it gives them a cool dimension. And yeah, not so bad. I just kind of thought from the box size, he was going to be he was going to be a little bit bigger. He does seem to have a little bit of trouble trying to find a place where he's balanced. So I'm not sure about his posability. But his articulation is pretty good, so I guess that'll just take some playing with. Let's see his little extras. We've got his tail / mace weapon. And we've got a couple of guns. Pretty good molding. Yeah, it looks like a pretty cool gun design. And then his, I don't know, his Blast Tech 44. I guess he's borrowing it from Han Solo. I don't know. Yeah, also nicely detailed. All right, let's check him out in alt mode. All right, well, as you can see here, alt mode is where this little guy really shines. You know, I guess he should. He really looks good. The accents, the stylings, the build is nice. Transforming him wasn't too difficult. The only real difficulty I had was figuring out how to put his feet in correctly. And these feet kind of serve as a lock mechanism on the body. But as you can see, front, side, he looks really good. That mace that he has turns into his tail. And he's really good looking. Really good looking on camera. He looks good in person. His paint has like a, you know, a metallic, almost kind of purple. And I'm not sure if that's a paint. I think it's plastic. No, it's just plastic. So that purple plastic actually looks really nice under these lights. It looks a little less shiny in person, not quite as impressive, to be honest. But on your shelf with a bunch of other movie bots, I think this little guy is going to look really good. And mixed in with his Sharkticon squad, I think it's going to look pretty impressive. So there you go. That's iGear TF005B. and that is, as they call it, the fourth shark, the leader of Shark, and Cyber Shark. Oh yeah, one thing to note is that when you do transform him, his head tilts back into the mouth. So that's where you end up putting his head. I'm gonna need a spudger or something because I have not yet been able to figure out how to get his head back out. Oh, there you go. Okay, there's a little tab right there. Pull on that. And there you go, now you can get the head out. Otherwise, yeah, I was wondering if I was gonna be able to easily get him back into robot mode. I thought I was gonna have some trouble. But apparently, yeah, just use the tab. All right, on to the MP scale comparison. All right, let's see how he stands up to our Masterpiece scale standards. MP10, Optimus Prime, and MP21, Bumblebee. So I don't know where this guy is supposed to stack up against Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, but depending on the scale, he might work or he might not. I always assumed that the Sharkticons would be bigger than Bumblebee. If I think back to the scene when Hot Rod and Cup had to fight these guys, I think these Sharkticons were almost the same height in their shark modes as Cup and Hot Rod were in their bot modes. So I'd really have to check out this guy in alt mode against Hot Rod in bot mode. And I have not yet opened Hot Rod, so I don't have that to compare with. All right, so now that we've seen this little guy, we've gotten a preview of what's to come with the 3-pack from iGear. It's gonna have a different color scheme, but those Sharkticons were actually the mold on which this guy was based. So, or vice versa. They share the same mold regardless. So we're just gonna see this guy with a different color scheme, I believe. So what's a Sharkticon leader without some troops to command? And that's what we have here with these 3 bots. This is a trio of the standard Sharkticons for your troop building desires, if you'd like. Now, I felt lucky when I found this. It had already been new and gone, so to speak, on the forefront of the Transformers collecting community when I looked into it and found it. But I was able to buy it new on robotoybase.com. You might look there to see if they still have some. But it had been around a while, apparently, because it has a little bit of shelfware. And it's not too surprising, considering that when I got into collecting, it had already been about 3 years since this thing had been put out new. And much like the Sharkticon leader from iGear, while I was prepping for this video, I was surprised to find that this too is available for purchase brand new, again, from robotkingdom.com and bigbadtoystore.com. All right, a quick tour of the package. Front has a nice print on it. You got 3 Sharkticons there. You have the little, apparently it's the iGear tagline, "Till all are fun," taking its cue from the 1986 animated movie. On the side, we just have the model Shark Attack Squad. On the back, we've got some cool illustrations here and a little bio. And as part of their characteristics, it even mentions troop building. And that's apparently one of their instincts. They are a herd species. On the other side, again, we've got the model number and the name of the product. On the bottom, we've got a very big warning that sharks can be hazardous to your health, and we have what used to be, at least their website address. I don't think that's online anymore. And on the top, we've got a cool silhouette of the trio. So it's not held together by tape, it looks like. So we're just gonna open this up. Give you a better view of this. All right. And like their leader, they're all kind of eager just to pop right out. Oh, and somebody lost something. Lost a shoulder pauldron out of the box there, so we'll get that back on that bot. And because it might fall from a high height, let's get the top one out. Out of the box, it stands pretty well. until you move the leg. And get that pauldron back on him. All right, so the pauldron goes back on with no real issue. Get the other two members of the squad out. Ah! Apparently some Sharkticons aren't as battle ready as others are. Oh, doesn't have the heel spurs out. That probably will help. No heel spurs out on this one either. And we'll get their maces out and the other stuff. But it looks like we've got something here. Not sure what this is. Some kind of comic book page type thing. Issue 2, I guess. You know, we've got Wheelie and Grimlock there being attacked by the Sharkticons. So it's our instructions, as well as, whoa. It looks like 3 different collector's cards. Well, let's see if they're different. If you see here, this is pretty cool. They're taking the shark theme to Jaws territory, and we've got the 3 main characters here as individual Sharkticons. So these are individual collector's cards, and we've got Brody, Hooper, and Quint. And if I'm remembering my Jaws correctly, Brody was the sheriff, Hooper was the scientist, and Quint was the captain of the ship. So that is a funny little nod to Jaws. Very cool. Let's get these bots posed. All right, there we have 3 of the Sharkticons all posed up, and they're looking pretty cool. I was surprised to see that each one of these actually has an individual face. So you kind of get a sense of, you know, differing personalities perhaps, or at least how they're feeling when they're about to engage in battle and devour their enemies. I thought they were all going to be just drones, but as their collector cards indicate, they are distinct personalities. And here they are with their leader, and they're looking good as a group. Yeah, I like them. I think the dark purple of the leader gets a little bit lost because there's so much dark gray on it as well. But as an overall troop, sure, why not? And what is cool is to notice that not only are all 3 troop Sharkticons different in their faces and their colors, but so is the Sharkticon leader. All right, now how do they look as Sharkticons? All right, there you have it. Hooper, Quint, and Brody. And how about with the big boss? And oh my gosh, these guys are freaky. I'm very excited to see all the detail in them. I think iGear did a pretty darn good job with these things. All right, now let's look at who these bad boys work for. Well, maybe not this guy specifically, but you know, the Quintessons. And oh yeah, we'll have to wait for another day to check out these tasty little Energon treats I was able to buy from somebody on, I think it was eBay. And we'll have to check out Hot Rod and Cup too, and really test the scale of these Sharkticons in one of those videos, or maybe both of them. All right, and from Impossible Toys, we have Quint02, no relation to the Sharkticon Quint. This is a little bit interesting that they don't even show, oh wait a minute, it's very, very faint up here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but Impossible Toys, says it right there, impossibletoys.com. But otherwise, it's not exactly that noticeable that this is from Impossible Toys. Let's give it a quick spin of the box. You can see that this is the Quintesson scientist. He's got light up action. You can see, apparently he likes to live in the dark. In the back, we've got a little bit of a bio. We've got his vital statistics here, which don't require one of those little infrared plastic strips to reveal. The other side, we've got him in daylight apparently. On the bottom, we got his big head, and there it does say impossibletoys.com. And what the set includes. The set includes electronic Quint 02 figure, high detail energy beam, stand base 2 batteries. So I guess, not to be outdone, X-Transbots figured that they had to follow suit and make their Quintesson light up and have all sorts of electronic stuff. I don't know if it was really worth that. I would have been happy with a $65 action figure, basically, with maybe a head that spins around, and that would have been nice, but it doesn't have to be motorized. So I think XTB went a little too far, and I'm wondering if that's going to bite them in the butt. Anyway, that Quintesson is supposed to be larger than this, so we'll see how big this guy is once we take him out of the package. And on the top, we have a nice little illustration here. The artwork is pretty darn cool. I do really like how they maintained, the G1 feel of the box and the illustration. It's very nostalgic. All right, a little background here on the various beings from the planet Quintessa, from which the Quintessons come. There are a number of different varieties of species on Quintessa, Quintessons being one of them, Sharkticons being another. Alicons, which are the first bipedal beings that Cup and Hot Rod meet up with on Quintessa. Then they're introduced to the various Quintessons before they're rudely introduced to the Sharkticons. And the Quintessons actually exist as a variety of different, basically job roles. So they seem to have individual classes for each type of Quintesson. The Judge, which we're very familiar with from the 1986 movie, the Prosecutor, Bailiff, Executioner, and surprisingly, not in the 1986 movie, but Humanoid and Security Officers. So there are a lot of classes of Quintessons. Okay, now I don't know what's up with these companies back then not sealing their stuff with tape, but there's apparently no tape here. No tape on the bottom. No evidence that there was ever tape on this, so let's check it out. Oh my gosh, I do see a big head in here. Okay, not shabby at all. All right, does he have tape on the edges? He's really secure in there. And this guy is, well, he was brand new. Wow. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. That guy looks really good. I wish they had painted his face more like the box cover, but still really, really cool. And I don't know if you can see on the bottom here, looks like he's got a little plastic jewel there where light's going to emit, I imagine. Here's his battery port, and I doubt those batteries are still good. I think I see a little bit of rust on that screw hole, which I guess probably isn't too surprising considering that this came out. Actually, I'm not even sure how long ago this came out. All right, we got some issues with paint right off the bat. Hard to tell maybe here in this light, but oh, it's just, oh wow. Oh no, it's some kind of residue. It's coming off of my thumb. Huh. Okay, well, some kind of manufacturing dust, I guess. But that guy's looking really cool. Let me get him on his stand. And the stand just has a little hole there where he can rest. His tentacles are getting in the way here. Let's see if we can get him to stand. Okay. Yeah. He's looking really cool. I really like how those tentacles are catching the light. Looking really nice. And that clear plastic there of the light beam, that pedestal is just, it's super clear. It's like, it looks like it's glass almost. There's his left side. There he is from the back. Really nicely done. The paint apps are shiny. They're not messy. And back again to the front. So this little antenna in the front, I wonder if that extends. It looks kind of like it should. Nope, never mind. And then as far as turning on the light, that is the button. Not too surprising that there's, I don't think any light coming out of there because that battery is probably, that battery's got to be long dead. But look at that. Look at the detail they even put on the cone there. The yellow paint apps. Yeah, I like the ribbed flanks he's got. That's really cool. And the tentacles are somewhat flexible. They're not completely hard plastic, so that's good. Probably just due to the thickness, the arms are a little less flexible feeling than the ends of these tentacles here. But look at this guy. He is just really cool. I'm sorry, I'm just very impressed with how good this guy looks. And very happy to have this little scientist guy to be part of my collection. So the scientist comes from the G1 cartoon after the movie, but you know, we'll just throw him in here with the Sharkticons. This base is a little bit difficult to figure out as far as where he's going to sit well in it because of those tentacles. They kind of conflict with some of those little pokey knobs coming off the base there. But when you do get him in a position, he seems pretty okay. Yeah. But it's not like he snaps in or anything. All right, XTB, you got your work cut out for you, and I think you're off to a good start, except maybe you shouldn't make your Quintessons so complex in the engineering side of things. Keep the price lower, you know? So once again, this is Impossible Toys Quint-02, and this was released in 2008. So that's going back a ways. Brand new, and 12 years old at the same time. And now for the MP scale comparison test of the Quintesson scientist from Impossible Toys. Let's bring in the Sharkticons for comparison. Let's bring in the Sharkticon leader in bot mode and one of the Sharkticon squad in alt mode. And to set this up properly, there is no scale reference on the Sunbow animation chart, the definitive chart that you can find on tfw2005.com. So we're going to do a little bit of guesswork here based on pretty much this one frame from Transformers, the 1986 movie. And that is showing the Judge, Quintesson, standing up there behind Grimlock on that ledge with the Alicons behind it. If we assume that the Alicons are about the same size in bot mode as the Sharkticons, then if we were to push the Quintesson back in line with those Alicons, I think maybe the Quintesson would be maybe about the same height, maybe a little shorter than the Alicon. So if that's true, then the Sharkticon here in bot mode is definitely smaller than it should be. While in Sharkticon mode, I think it's probably about the right size. Maybe it should be a little fatter. Maybe it could be a little bit taller. But overall, I think the three of them really look good together. So until we can actually confirm this against Hot Rod with the Sharkticons, we probably aren't going to get a good basis of comparison. All right, let's check them out against our MP scale standards. MP10 Optimus Prime and MP21 Bumblebee. All right, well, I don't know about you, but I think this guy holds his own here in the MP scale lineup. Without a Sunbow scale reference, you know, I really can't say. But let me know what you think in the comments below, and give me your reasons why. You know, throw a link in there if you can to an image, some documentation of some kind on a website that can tell proof positive whether or not this guy is really the size he's supposed to be. All in all, I think he's a fun little dude to add to your collection. So if you want to get the x-transbots version of the Judge, and you have the $175, $180 to spend on it, You can pre-order that now, and it's supposed to be due out next month in December 2020. And just for fun, let's see how they all look together. And boom, there you go. Not too shabby looking. All right, so that's it for the Sharkticons and the Quintesson Scientist. The Sharkticons from iGear and the Quintesson Scientist from Impossible Toys. I hope you like what you've seen here. Sadly, we didn't have a very good MP scale comparison test, so I will have to save that for another day when we can take Hot Rod out and review him and compare him to the Sharkticons and the Quintesson Scientist. Once again, thanks to YouTube user and Mixelpix. Oh man, really? It's been sitting like that for like 24 hours and it just decides right now that it's gonna fall over. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, anyway, all right. Now that we got the scientist standing again, I want to thank once again YouTube user and Mixelpix subscriber Nicholas Stein for the request for this review of the Sharkticon leader, the guy in purple. Super Sport, I want to reassure you, we will get to FT29 Quietus, Fans Toys Cyclonus, alongside the x-transbots sweeps in a review coming up soon. Geek gals and geek guys, I want to let you all know that we are on our way to 300 subscribers. Thank you for your continued views, and thank you subscribers for subscribing. If you've been watching and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Help us get up to the 300 mark. That would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. And hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time a Mixelpix video drops. Help us get up to that 300 subscriber mark. All right, geek gals and geek guys, that's it for this review. Thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the Sharkticons from iGear, TF005 and TF005B, the squad and the Sharkticon leader, as well as the Impossible Toys version of the Quintesson Scientist, Quint-02. And be aware that if you're interested in getting the Quintesson Judge from x-transbots, that's supposed to be released next month in December 2020. All right, fellow Transformers fans, until next time, happy collecting, everybody.